Dear readers, this episode is about my research topic, community-based disaster risk management, for earthquakes. Earthquakes are serious threats to both life and property, a fact underscored by the extensive damage and loss they have caused. In summary, earthquakes can be forecasted or predicted, allowing people to prepare and potentially avoid deadly outcomes. This approach has been successfully implemented on multiple occasions in the past. The purpose of my research is to breathe new life into an old forecasting workflow, and upgrade it with modern technology. Imagine the whole process in an alchemy setting, as an ancient ring with magical powers, long forgotten, covered in dust, and powerless for years. Now that I have discovered this ring, and I am determined to polish it, reinforce it with rare and valuable metals, and restore its power and glory, making it stronger than ever. In this diagram, the red dots and lines represent historical practices, while the blue dots and lines signify future advancements. In ancient Greece and China, people relied on astrology, changes in the ground and water, and unusual animal behaviors to forecast earthquakes. Between 1966 and 1976, China experienced a golden decade of earthquake forecasting research, during which the government invested substantial resources, gave training to thousands of volunteers, and developed a systematic workflow. This approach proved successful on more than 3 occasions. A key factor in its success was the delegation of decision-making power to the county level, allowing city mayors to determine the most appropriate response strategies. Tragically, the Great Tangshan earthquake of 1976 marked the end of the golden decade. Although the earthquake was technically forecasted with accuracy, political interference led to its suspension and cover-up, resulting in the devastating loss of over 200,000 lives. Following this event, the forecasting and preparation workflow was abandoned and ceased to be practiced. Between 1995 and 1999, Dr. Jean-Marie Cole served as an officer in the United Nations, where she uncovered and studied a lost earthquake forecasting workflow. She traveled to the city of Tangshan in the county of Qinglong, gathered first-hand information from local sources, and organized international meetings to introduce this method to other countries. On behalf of the United Nations, she honored Mr. Ran of Qinglong County with an award, recognizing his significant contributions and dedication to public service. However, Dr. Cole faced resistance from certain authorities in the United States, which ultimately led to her funding being cut. While her efforts succeeded in preserving this method in some countries, its implementation remains limited and on a small scale. Had her work gained broader support, countless lives could have been saved in major earthquakes that followed. My journey into earthquake research began on May 12, 2008, when a devastating earthquake struck Sichuan Province, China. Witnessing the event, I felt that humanity, as a collective, was trapped in a cycle of repeating mistakes when it came to disaster management. The very next day, I discovered that this earthquake had actually been forecasted. This led me to study the Great Tangshan earthquake and its associated workflow. Building on these insights, I am refining this workflow into what I call the goldfish analysis, which will be detailed in upcoming episodes and a formal research paper. With modern technology, I am highly optimistic that we can achieve far better results. Now, let's explore the new technologies that can revolutionize earthquake forecasting. Mobile crowd sensing, MCS, is a decentralized data collection approach where large groups of individuals use mobile devices, such as smartphones, wearables, or smart devices, to collect, share, and analyze environmental data. A notable example is the myshake app, which leverages the accelerometer sensors in millions of smartphones to detect seismic activity, and issue early warning signals within tens of seconds after an earthquake occurs. However, this system relies solely on accelerometers and operates only after an earthquake has already begun. The hypothesis is that by combining accelerometers with magnetometers in mobile phones, we can collect richer data, potentially enabling the prediction of earthquakes. The U.S. Geological Survey (USGS) maintains the most comprehensive earthquake data available. By aligning this data with mobile data collected through crowd sensing, correlations can be identified between the gathered data and seismic events, paving the way for improved earthquake forecasting. Additionally, deep learning can be utilized to train neural networks for classifying and predicting earthquakes. The helium network is a prime example of a mesh network. Similarly, a mesh network can be created using the same mobile devices from mobile crowd sensing, to facilitate emergency communication, when traditional networks fail during disasters, such as earthquakes or wildfires. Another promising technology is blockchain, which can provide permanent, publicly accessible, and immutable records of earthquake forecasts. Additionally, Blockchain can be used to issue tokens as rewards for mobile sensor owners and other participants in the ecosystem. These rewards will incentivize more people to join the crowd sensing network, creating a positive feedback loop. Furthermore, smart contracts and blockchain can help manage and support the entire ecosystem on a global scale. Community involvement is a key component of this approach. Not only does it leverage mobile devices from the community, but it also mitigates the risk of a single point of failure in the public administration system. My PhD research is just the beginning. The ultimate goal is to establish an NGO that will bring together various parties and stakeholders for the purpose of earthquake forecasting, ultimately reducing the loss of lives and property. This initiative will also extend to addressing other disasters, such as wildfires, floods, and more. Thanks for watching. For more details and references, please check description below.